ages 16 to 24 years old. And with that, you have to be a first-time offender, and basically your first time entering the criminal justice system. Based on that, we try to find the best services that would possibly fit you and try to get you involved with the program, like Vanessa was saying earlier.
All right, so how are people able to get in the program? Is it through court orders? Can you call a number? Can I come to the Denim Project? What would I have to do to be a part of this program?
All of the above, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so you want to call if you're in the program. We basically run you through a process where we find out if you actually fit what our criteria says and what our grant says. And once we find out whether or not you fit that grant criteria, then we run you through the program and make sure that you fit. And once you fit, we get you in and we have an application process. Once you finish the application process, then we go ahead and get you involved in orientation as soon as possible so that we can get you some careers training process.
All right, can parents call? Look, I have a troubled child on my nerves, needs some help, and has potential. I want to get them in the program. Can they call?
We want people to call, period.
Okay, so
whether
anybody.
Whether it's the parent, whether it's the child, wherever, we want an access point.
All right.
Where we can get involved with the person's life, period.
What is the contact number?
That telephone number is 205-202-4072.
Okay. Tell me that again.
205-202-4072.
All right. So, if you're listening and you want to be a part of the Denim Project's reentry program, what's the name of the program again?
It's called Face Forward, JJTP, Juvenile Justice Training Program.
Face Forward. If you're ready to get it together and turn it all around, call the number. Ms. Brown, give me a couple of more details as to what you think some people may be asking about this program. We hear about so many different programs that do the same things. What's special about this one, and how are people going to be able to be a part of it? Or what's going to make them be a part of this one?
Well, not only do we, like Terrence said, provide some career training for those youth that are involved in the program, we also set a career path for them as well. It's more so than getting a job. And believe me, getting a job is very important, and I believe every job is a good job. But we're looking at aiming youth that are enrolled in this program to a career objective.
Okay.
And also, we assist with some basic services and benefits like bus passes, transportation, food, clothing, identification, a lot of things that the youth may have missed.
To get back on track.
Housing, and we find out that that's a problem with a lot of youth that are maybe runaways or parents who just not allowing them to come back home.
Right, okay.
For various reasons. And connecting with mentors, and one of the things that we specifically provide, since it's about juvenile justice, is a restorative justice training program to help youth get a concept of some of the crime, some of the criminal activities that they may have been involved in. So there's about a 6-week training program for that. But specifically, we're just helping youth get on the right course.
Get on track.
And to stay there.
Please. All right, at yahoo.com. Kenny, what's up?
Yeah, I just had a real quick question for you, if y'all don't mind. When you look at a lot of the age group of 16 to 24, let's go from 16, because you have a lot of those kids that are impacted by the law early, but when it comes to school, they really are not that focused, or they're not really as engaged. Can you tell us a little bit about what goes on?
The justice system at an early stage. We want to turn them away from any possible potential prolonged involvement with the criminal justice system as much as possible.
Stay away from it.
Stay away from it. We want to help you as much as possible.
Okay.
And then also, not only just keep you away from it, but also teach you the skills that will help you turn and grow more maturely from all the things that will kind of possibly, perpetuate some sort of problem down the line.
I think a lot of what happens is the opportunities aren't available and they're not really presented. People don't know that there are places there are things that you can do to stay out of trouble. We always hear, it's nothing for me to do. So once you've already done what you've done, there are options to get you back on track. And this is one of those options, Face Forward.
For sure. And what we do is that we either trying to help you either expunge the stuff that's already on your record, or either help you to try to get those things away from you as much as possible.
A giving circle is basically a group of like-minded people who join forces by pooling their time, talent, and treasure together collectively to impact social issues or things that they see they want to improve and change in the community.
Okay. So the Birmingham Change Fund, a group of people that won't change.
Exactly.
All right. So tell me, whose idea is this? The first one? Is this the first group of changers, or did you all get this idea from someone? How did this come about?
Well, in 2003, the Ford Foundation led some conversations down in the Deep South to see how young Black it's not tied to the number of zeros in your bank account.
Okay.
You don't have to have Winfrey as your last name. You're not limited by your economic status. You know, that's one of the things that we try to let the community know, let individuals know. You're not limited by your resources, by your income, your education, whatever the case may be. All you have to do is have a heart. All you need is a heart and want to change.
All right. So we have a change luncheon coming up this year, and we want to know a little bit about that. People are interested in how they can be a part of the change. So tell me a little bit about the luncheon.
Sean?
Yes, we have a change luncheon coming up on February 21st. It's our celebrating our 10 years of giving here in Birmingham. We have a guest speaker, Robert Holmes Jr. He's a senior VP, retired, but he's currently president of the Greater Birmingham Community Foundation. And it's going to be held at the McWayne Center from 11:30 to 1 p.m. And there is a mission. The mission currently right now is $35. It goes up after February 14th to $40. But you can contact us on our website at birminghamchangefund.org. And during that luncheon, he's going to give a very motivating and inspirational speech about philanthropy in the Black community, how we can come together collectively to provide resources within our community.
He must have been, well, y'all must have been on my Facebook page. I just posted a status yesterday about how we patronize gas stations, beauty supply stores, chicken wing spots that we do not run, but we make them rich. We're building other people's empires. We're going to talk about that more tonight, too, but before we get into that, tell me a little bit more about the Birmingham Change Fund before we turn up.
Well, the Birmingham Change Fund, like you said, is a group of like-minded individuals. I mean, it can be all ages. You can be young as 10 years old. If you have a passion to change your community, you guys can come together, pool your nickels and dimes, your pennies together, and make an impact in your community. It can be a clothing drive. It can be as simple as something in school you want to contribute to. And see, we're a bunch of young professionals, like-minded individuals that came together saying that we want to affect the change in Birmingham city school system by giving back to a specific cause or helping our middle school kids develop as they grow up. And so we're partnered with a lot of nonprofits in the community by providing grants and resources to them through our RFP process, as well as partnering out, giving our time as being a part of their board or giving our time by volunteering.
That happens. We hear so many different ideas behind it. They come in and get grants. They come in and get tax credits. Who's researched that enough to say that that's what happens and that we can't do that?
Well, when I was working for a tobacco company, I worked with a lot of what we call C-stores. So they were gas stations, places like that where they are not necessarily like grocery stores or anything like that. But a lot of those foreign owners or foreign born owners of those stores, they would get they do have opportunities for immigrants if you come over and do the right paperwork and things like that, where they will help you start a business. You can get loans, and a lot of times what they'll do is once the loan term is up where it's time to start paying back, they'll transfer it to another cousin and bring them over from another country. So they never have to pay it back. So a lot of times they're getting over on a system that's been set up to help a lot of people come over and prosper. But we don't have any programs that I know of that helps people who are native born
we're already
prosper
here.
the same way.
Well, I think it also starts with setting a tangible goal.
Okay, that's fine.
When we put our feet down and say, hey, this is where we're gonna go with. This is where we're gonna start. This is what we need money for. You would be amazed at the progress that we will make. But as long as you know, you say like you just named, you went to this particular place that only takes cash. You know,
for a month and a half, and so you can't swipe your card at the pump. You have to go inside and pay cash. You need to fix your machine.
Right.
Right. So do we say, hey, we need to set aside money for a gas station that makes sure the machines are working? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by tangible. Let's start with something that's attainable, that's something real, and then we build it from there.
Next thing, how many of us can fry chicken? All of us.
Right.
And it tastes great. So why is it that most wing restaurants are operated by people that really can't fry wings? And then there was a shooting at a local establishment. A woman of the neighborhood went into the restaurant, and the owner shot at her for accusing him of basically dirty food. Okay? Things like that happen in our community, and we just kind of, hey, you know, that's that. And then it's still open, and we're still going as this is happening.
I never even heard about that.
Yeah, it was all on the news and everything.
Yeah, it was a big thing about it. But I will say that I did make a sense about it myself. I don't eat at restaurants like that in the hood. If it's a foreign person selling chicken in the hood, I don't want it.
All right, well,
because it doesn't look clean from the outside of these buildings and these establishments. It doesn't look clean. So why are you running over there trying to get you some chicken? I don't know.
All right. And let's bring it home now. Let's add some more information to it. The lady found a roach in her food.
Yeah.
And she went back to complain to the manager. And the manager said, get up out of here with that.
No. It's actually say he did give her a refund. That's what it says. He says he gave her a refund, but when she was leaving out, I guess she was probably still, you know, kind of disgruntled about it and just real upset about it. And
he let off some shots.
So he let off a shot.
In our neighborhood, where this happens, we already know that this was a black woman that went into this restaurant that was owned by someone else, not of the same color or not of the neighborhood.
Right.
Is that okay? And then we're still going to it. Why we're still open and this just happened. People are still going.
You see, you have to understand we don't respect our own neighborhoods.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? You can't expect somebody else to come in and respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Or respect the people in it. And this kind of go back. Excuse me, real quick. Let me just make this point. This kind of go back to small business ownership. See, when it comes to small business ownership, everyone don't want to do that kind of work to get that started and get it up and running to be making that kind of money. So you know what? The opportunities may have actually have arose for someone to say, guess what? Let's go ahead and try to get the store, you know, or open something up for the community. But that's hard work, and a lot of people just really have like short-term. They look for short-term gratification when it comes to stuff like that.
The Change Fund made the statement: pull together, get together.
On that point,
can we get together?
Yeah, we can, but you know, we raising children to go to school and work for somebody.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? We need programs like this Dannon project that's gonna, you know, teach these kids trades and other things versus just going to, you know, get a job, a 9 to 5. You know, we more so dependent on everybody and every other nationality.
Take care of.
Exactly, to provide for us.
Ownership.
Yeah, we're not teaching ownership.
Another thing I want to add is that when we establish businesses ourselves, we don't look to start in the community. We want to go downtown. We want to go in some more areas, more prosperous, populous areas, because we feel like that's going to have the greatest impact on our dollars, instead of saying, let me build up the community. Let me build my store in the community, and then I can expand out to some of these other areas. So I think it goes back to, we just simply don't want to put in the time and the effort it takes to make a successful business in our communities.
Okay, you're listening to Vital on 95.7 Jams. When we come back, we're going to address more of these issues. We have a list for Zimmerman being a celebrity.
Yes.
Do you agree?
No, he's not a celebrity.
No.
All right, so when we come back, we're going to talk about that a little bit more.
I said no, but I got to go back and say yes. Because in America, you could be a celebrity. The only thing you have to do is be able to, in some shape, form, or fashion, shape public opinion. See, when that trial went down with George Zimmerman, he got a lot of support. He got a whole lot of support. Now, it may have not been from the voice in America that we listen to and that we like and respect, but he got a voice and support from those people, and that really makes him, in a sense, infamous. It makes him a celebrity.
All right.
I gotta disagree again. Well, go ahead.
But George, to me, he is a celebrity because, I mean, you gotta think about it. This man did something. He got away with it. I mean, he wasn't going. I mean, for real, he wasn't going around trying to stick his face in every camera. He was ashamed. He was, fearful for his life. We made him a celebrity. The media made him a celebrity. George Zimmerman didn't go and find every camera he could find and say, "Hey, I did this. Okay, he didn't do that. We did that to him." And the promoter who set this whole thing up said, "Hey, this will be a good thing for people to watch." And he wanted to do it for the money. And guess what? George Zimmerman was like, "Hey, it's a paycheck. I'm not making any money. Let me get this money."
Oh wow.
So yes, he is a celebrity, and we made him.
Let's
hold on a second.
And then on top of that, he needs money for all these upcoming. I think he got like 2 trials coming up. One with his ex-wife, and then one with his girlfriend and the ex-wife's the girlfriend's dad or something like that. So he's looking at he doesn't have that support fund like how he had for the Trayvon Martin case. So he's looking at it as a defense fund.
Okay, so celebrity or not, should this fight have even been an idea? Should it have even come out in public that somebody thought about it?
Unless all the funds were going to the Trayvon Martin Foundation, that's the only way it should have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie Foxx had a big celebration of Trayvon, which started with a peace walk down in Miami this weekend. I don't know if you all were up on that.
Yeah.
And it was real cool. But hey, let's give a shout out to social media for actually shutting down the fight.
Right, with the petition.
Yeah, because I really didn't want to see DMX get knocked out. I just couldn't take that in my spirit.
I don't know, because I mean, no matter how out of shape he is, he's probably angry too.
But he's been on crack, so he's on that narcotic.
Should it have been allowed to even come out? That's the question that I asked. I need that answer.
No, not in the manner that it was brought out. It was brought out as a racially driven hate thing. That's what it was, because you never saw Tom Cruise up and say, "Well, I want to fight him." Nobody else. You saw The Game, you saw DMX, you saw him say something about fighting Kanye West. It was a racially driven thing, so the black community should have ignored it. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I wouldn't have watched it.
I probably wouldn't have watched it.
I wouldn't have watched it.
So for the mere fact that a lot of people feel that way, and that if it would have happened, they still would have watched it.
A lot of
still
people still would have watched it, but they wouldn't have had the nerve to say, "Well, I'm going somewhere to watch this fight." Like everybody would not. You were just interested just to see what this would turn out to be.
Yeah, but see, that's entertainment.
Right, it's entertainment. The same reason why all these reality shows are on TV is entertainment. Period.
The real money would have been had they offered the fight to Tracy Martin. Hey, you get in the ring with your son's killer. Yeah, that is where the real money would have been.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't have been exploited like that, and it shouldn't even been an idea. But think about if that would have been brought to him.
Or like I told a friend of mine earlier today, if you're gonna do something like that and you want to call it a celebrity match, you get Kimbo Slice. You get somebody that's known for destroying his ass. Period.
Wow, said Kimbo.
On a side note, from that, in Jacksonville, Florida, I don't know if y'all knew or not heard about it, a little guy named Jordan Davis was killed. Mm-hmm. They're having trial selections and everything for his case as right now. And for those of you who don't know, this is in Jacksonville, Florida. He's going to try to use the stand your ground thing, the same thing with Trayvon Martin. What is wrong? The reason why this keeps happening to us. And then they released the name of the song that was playing when the little guys were in the car, and it was Beef.
Tell them about the story if people's not familiar.
Okay. This is what happened. At a gas station, a Caucasian gentleman pulled up, 47 years old, saw 4 black young men in a vehicle playing loud music. The man asked them, "Please turn down your radio." He said it went down for a few minutes and it went right back up. He got upset. He said they started arguing back and forth. He felt like there was a gun in the vehicle, so he pulled out. He felt like a gun was in the vehicle. He saw like a stick or something raised, and at that point he unloaded 8 shots into this vehicle, killing 1 teen, and another one was in critical condition. But he's saying he felt threatened. Then he left the scene. Him and his girlfriend left. Yeah. They never found a gun in the vehicle at all.
Right. All right. So that's another one of those type cases that puts young black men in a bad situation. Now, for any of our other listeners that are listening that are not of African American descent, that are not black, that are not of color, this affects you as well, because these are issues that all of us have to deal with. It's 2014, and you would think that if we have progressed this far in other manners, that yeah, we have progressed as far as racial issues and racism and prejudices, but we have not, have we?
No.
So clearly with these cases that just happened like recently, this is something that we are currently dealing with, which in turn puts us back to, I guess, from the first half of the show. You have to put programs in place to help our people or our young people stay out of trouble, but then again, it seems as if trouble is always looking for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone feels threatened for whatever reason.
So then we ask the question, why are we threatened by each other? What is that about?
I have no answer.
You see an older white guy walk up behind you, and you see a younger white guy walk up behind you with a hood on.
I am
He
still,
finna
I am
shoot
still
everybody.
scared. Yeah.
You see a younger black guy walk up on side of you, and
You about to holler.
yeah, he's trying to holler. I'm just trying to see, like, everyone is very well familiarized with civil rights or the civil rights movement. We have not moved anywhere from it, though, and that's more my concern than anything. You hear me saying, what is that? You hear me saying, what is this? I just needed to put in something that I hadn't heard tonight.
Oh, that's because you don't watch the show.
Oh, she's saying this on the show.
She did the video for the show, on the show.